feel bad.
Dorothy Barron is in good shape for any age, but the yoga teacher is especially fit for a 100-year-old. And with Britain preparing to celebrate VE, or Victory in Europe Day this week, Barron is thinking back on her service as a Wren, a member of the Women's Royal Naval Service in World War II. She was 18 years old and desperately wanted to join up, she says. She taught Morse code and other communication methods to others in the service. She tested out portable harbors that helped troops make landings on D-Day. She commemorated her birthday last year by taking flight in a Spitfire, a fighter plane that was crucial to the country's defense during the Battle of Britain. AFP News reports that it's not known how many British World War II veterans are still alive. Their numbers are decreasing dramatically. But with this year's anniversary of VE Day being the 80th, it's not expected there will be many more commemorations like it with veterans in attendance. This one remembers the first victory occasions in 1945 coming as a tremendous weight off people's shoulders. She says she thought, quote, "Thank goodness that's over." I'm Carl Azus for the World from A to Z. Happy to see you as we get into a new week of news and global events. Early every month, the U.S. government releases what we media types call the Jobs Report. It's a snapshot of employment and unemployment in America. It's closely watched because it's one indication of how the overall U.S. economy is doing, and it tallies up the figures from the previous month. So these latest jobs estimates are from April. The U.S. government says the country added 177,000 jobs. That's better than what many economists expected. Their prediction was 135,000 additions. And as far as the unemployment rate goes, this is the percentage of American workers who don't have a job. That stayed the same from March to April at 4.2%. Analysts are monitoring these numbers especially closely at this time because of the Trump administration's new tariffs or additional taxes on certain imported goods. A number of economists predicted they would hurt the American economy, while the government said they'd be good for the country long term. Researchers had mixed reactions to the latest employment numbers. Some said they showed the economy remained strong. Others said they still expected the jobs picture to weaken in the coming months. Gonna take time to know. Another subject we regularly discuss is mental health. Experts estimate that 1 in 5 American adults lives with a mental illness, and more than a third of students say they've had persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. However, there are some simple steps all of us can take daily to improve our well-being.
Mental illness is at an all-time high.
Dr. Jen Grohl with the American Academy of Family Physicians says in the healthcare industry, mental illness isn't stigmatized. You can seek care from someone like a family doctor. It's treated as a health concern, just like if you have a physical ailment.
When people have mental illness, it impacts every facet of their life, from what they're doing in their day-to-day to how they plan their future.
That's right, Brohl says taking simple steps every day can help you cope with stress and be more resilient. Start by taking care of yourself, get good quality sleep, eat a healthy diet rich in fruits and veggies, lean proteins, and whole grains, and avoid processed foods. She says maintaining social connections is key, and so is regular exercise, as well as getting outdoors.
Exposure to sunlight helps your body make vitamin D, which does help you feel better.
Mental illness symptoms greatly vary depending on the condition, but can include excessive feelings of sadness, excessive worry or fear, avoidance of friends and social activities, or changes in appetite, sleep, and energy levels. Brohl says these are signals.
And making sure that they have conversations early and seek treatment before symptoms become severe.
I'm Andy Gaither.
On this day in world history.
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree.
But centuries before Coleridge penned those lines, The actual Kublai Khan at his actual home in Chengdu was chosen in a great assembly to be emperor. That was on this date in the year 1260, and the Mongolian grandson of Genghis Khan later established and led China's Yuan dynasty until 1294. A man named Alan Shepard made history on May 5th, 1961. As part of Project Mercury, the astronaut blasted 116 miles into the sky, tested out some control systems, spent a few minutes in weightlessness, and parachuted safely back down to the Atlantic Ocean. His 15-minute journey was the first time an American had ever been to space. And May 5th, 1973 was when a horse named Secretariat crossed the finish line of the Kentucky Derby in just over 1 minute and 59 seconds. He'd go on to win the Triple Crown, finishing the Preakness Stakes in 1 minute 53 seconds and the Belmont Stakes in 2 minutes 24 seconds. All of these are records that have never been broken.
Further down, in Mexico, Cinco de Mayo commemorates what event? A historic treaty, independence from Spain, a historic battle, Mayo New Year. The date when Mexico declared independence from Spain was September 16, 1810. A historic battle fought decades later is remembered on Cinco de Mayo.
The real story of this holiday goes back to the 1800s. Contrary to popular belief, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. That's on September 16th. The 5th of May is the anniversary of the Battle of Puebla, when the very outnumbered Mexican army defeated the French. Every year since 1930, Mexico City has held a reenactment and a parade. Back in 1862, Napoleon was leading France. No, not this guy, actually his nephew, Napoleon III. But apparently the conquest streak ran in the family because Napoleon III wanted to stretch the French Empire to Mexico. His army was 3 times the size and had better resources than the Mexican troops. The Battle of Puebla looked to be a swift victory for France. But the Mexican army, led by General Ignacio Zaragoza, held its own and forced the French to retreat. The battle didn't have much sway in the outcome of the war, but it was a symbolic victory.
It's a proud thing for me because I'm representing a tradition from 1930.
It is lovely to remember our past, is it not? Our Mexicans who actually gave their lives to save Mexico.
Cinco de Mayo is actually a minor holiday in Mexico and celebrated much more in the United States. It's become less known for the history that you now know, and more a reason to celebrate Mexican-American culture with good food and drinks.
The Sunshine State is where we begin today's tour of viewers from Weston, Florida. A warm welcome to Mr. Smedley's class. Makes perfect sense that the mascot of Falcon Cove Middle School would be the Falcons. From Plainfield in the prairie state of Illinois, we've got friends in Mrs. Elliott's class. Heritage Grove Middle School is the home of the Huskies, and completing our coast-to-coast call-out is Mr. Cook's class. The Tigers are watching from Fresno in the Golden State of California at Edison High School. A logo windbreaker. A Fridays are awesome sling bag with everybody's favorite hairline. These are ways to show you've got spirit, for the world from A to Z. Check out our new merch store at worldatozorg/store, or just scroll down on our website and click Shop Our Merch Store. It means the world to have you wearing the world from A to Z.
Take a look at a pair of most improbable playdate partners at this casual canine hangout of the world's tallest and tiniest dogs. The gathering was arranged by Guinness World Records, which awarded Chihuahua Pearl and Great Dane Reggie their respective titles. The odd couple met in Idaho and, after a few tense and cautious moments, seemed to become fast furry friends, despite a positively impressive 3-foot height difference.
RoboCake, a project by researchers from Italy and Switzerland, looks like a distinctive dessert whose animated figures would have to be removed before eating. However, they don't. These gummies are pneumatic. They move when air is passed through edible tubes built inside them. And the kicker is that the battery that moves the air is made from vitamin B12, quercetin, activated carbon, and dark chocolate. That reportedly makes it the world's first edible rechargeable battery, and developers believe this tech can be used in medicine and environmental studies. Maybe developing that wasn't a piece of cake, but if it becomes a cakewalk to replicate, a cake boss could surely take the cake for goodness cake if it gets caked on like shaking cake and doesn't give you a stomach cake. Plus, it seems like an edible battery could be a powerful invention, giving consumers quite a charge if they could get past all the positive and negatives that alternate in these kinds of current events. I'm Carl Azus for The World from A to Z, and we'll recharge for another show tomorrow.